Announced that Disney Adventure World is opening in Paris on March 29th, 2026. This is one of Disney's biggest remakes of a theme park, one that has had troubled origins and is now just emerging into its own. This park, opened in 2002 as Walt Disney Studios Paris, was hardly a shadow of its sister Disneyland Paris, and it has gone through decades of struggle to get it to this point. With some 2 billion euros invested, it now transforms into a much bigger footprint, with some 90% of the original park completely reimagined. This transformation is huge, with new lands, attractions, dining, shows, and technology. And it's only the beginning, as more construction points toward more offerings to follow. Let's look at the park and its struggles. Walt Disney Studios Paris opened on March 16, 2002, on the 10th anniversary of the entire Disneyland Paris resort, originally called Euro Disneyland. This park included the following components. When you entered the park's studio-like entrance, you first went inside Studio One. This was the main street for the park, but in the context of Hollywood, and all indoors to counter the wintertime weather. Cinemagique was a cinematic version of the Great Movie Ride. It was built with a Martin Short-like character coming in and out of the screen. It was beloved by many who saw it. The Studio Tram Tour, Behind the Magic, very comparable to what you saw at Disney MGM Studios, to include Catastrophe Canyon, just not much of anything else. There was Rock and Roller Coaster. It's similar to the version in Disney's Hollywood Studios and was the signature thrill ride at opening. Then there was Armageddon. It was a walk-through special effects show based on the 1998 film Armageddon. And then there was Lights, Motors, Action. This was the original version of this show, built before its cousin at Disney's Hollywood Studios, perhaps even more impressive, and it incorporated visitors who were part of the show. In the years that followed, there were park struggles simply due to the fact that there wasn't enough to see and do. To make up for it, additions were made to the parks. Key to those were Toon Studio, which was built on a corner next to Aladdin's Flying Carpets. It added something called Crush's Coaster, a tight spinner coaster ride, and one that was almost entirely indoors. In 2007-2008, we saw the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. This was a replica of the same one built at Disney California Adventure. That California version has since been replaced by Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. But this one remains as created, and it has a unique French mystique twist to it. In 2010, Toy Story Playland was brought into another end of that park. And then in 2014, that end of the park was further extended with the original Ratatouille attraction to include a restaurant. Of all these attractions, perhaps Remy was a light at the end of the tunnel, which suggested that original experiences unique to the Disneyland Paris portfolio could make this park really a standout. The Walt Disney Company made an acquisition of the operating company Euro Disney SCA in June of 2017. From there, it was delisted from the stock exchange, and the entire resort was brought under the direction and, importantly, the control of Disney itself. From there, in 2018, changes were announced to include a new Marvel Land, a lake, and a Frozen experience. Changes were made to the Studio Tram Tour, Behind the Magic, into Cars Road Trip. But COVID followed, and many of these efforts were somewhat stalled. In the summer of 2022, Marvel Avengers Campus was finally dedicated. This took over what was essentially the area between Armageddon and Rock and Roller Coaster. the re-inauguration of Walt Disney Studios Paris into Disney Adventure World is an over €2 billion project, with 90% of the park completely recreated. The only two sections of the park that remain largely intact is the Pixar section and the very front of the park. Under the new park title, Disney Adventure World, it now distinguishes itself into several realms: World Premiere Plaza, Worlds of Pixar, Marvel Avengers Campus, Adventure Way and Bay, of which leads into the World of Frozen and Lion King themed areas. The first is World Premiere Plaza. As soon as you pass through the turnstiles, you're transported into a vibrant, contemporary, open-air movie studio before becoming special guests of a glamorous film premiere in the heart of Hollywood on a starry night. It is the portal for discovering the immersive worlds of Disney, Marvel, and Pixar stories. The interior of the former Disney Studio One soundstage, renamed World Premiere, is now transformed with new crafted decor, refurbished spaces, and a brand new story paying homage to historic movie theaters in Hollywood and the entertainment industry as a whole. World Premiere takes the form of a real Hollywood boulevard, recognizable by its palm trees, the stars on the ground, the rich and varied architecture of its facades, and its famous cinemas. Numerous references to Los Angeles, Disney, and other park experiences are hidden in the sets, particularly in the impressive skyline that serves as the backdrop to the entire building and is enhanced by dynamic projection effects. Those familiar with the history of the Walt Disney Company will recognize the facade of the historic animation building at Walt Disney Studios Burbank. Behind the building's windows, the shadows of the animators' offices are visible, since they have recently left the offices to join the red carpet for the film premiere being held at World Premiere. Along the way, they'll experience the Hollywood Gardens restaurant set among the stars and Mickey of Hollywood Boutique, with a majestic golden statue of Mickey, specially designed by legendary Disney animator Eric Goldberg. Then, once outside that building, guests arrive at the heart of World Premiere Plaza, an area that brings together theaters currently celebrating Disney animation and Pixar stories in a stylish setting. There's also a Magic of Disney animation building complete with the Sorcerer's Hat that could likely share some of the kind of renovations that are going into the new version at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Turning toward the right from World Premiere Plaza, you come to the worlds of Pixar. The original Toy Story Land was created at Disneyland Paris. It seems to me the smallest of any of the four versions that were built later for Hong Kong, Shanghai, and the largest of all these versions, Disney's Hollywood Studios. It was part of what was referred to as Toon Studio, but under this new remodeling, it is combined with other Pixar properties to become Worlds of Pixar. It is also slightly redesigned to create a new path to Adventure Way, which makes the park easier to navigate, as it has been more of a dead end a little further past this section. Ratatouille has a presence here in Worlds of Pixar, and a very unique twisting coaster called Crush's Coaster has also been part of this corner. But one of the most foundational parts of World of Pixar originated without any connection to Pixar. The original studio tram tour has been refashioned into Cars Road Trip. The trams are still there, as well as the quirky moments with the Cars family and a remodified route. But the highlight for fans of the beloved Disney MGM Studios backlot tour is that Catastrophe Canyon is still represented, though as Cars-tastrophe Canyon. This provided a chance for millions who saw it in Orlando to relive it again, but in a remodeled format. Like its sister locations in Hong Kong and Disney California Adventure, the Marvel Adventures campus has taken over the opposite end of the park from Worlds of Pixar. One bookend of this experience is the familiar Spider-Man web adventure. Found also at Disney California Adventure, it's comparable to that DCA experience. Also, in a very different remodel, this land takes over the former Rock and Roller Coaster, similar in footprint to the one at Disney's Hollywood Studios, but this one turns into Avengers Assemble Flight Force. What makes Marvel Campus so interesting is that it offers potential for more Marvel experiences to come. The highlight of this new expansion is the World of Frozen. It features a new family attraction, daytime show, royal encounter with Queens Anna and Elsa, interactions with beloved characters, taverns, and shops. Set beneath the village's clock tower, guests sail on a boat ride alongside Anna, Elsa, and their friends on Frozen Ever After. This enchanting adventure travels from the snowy forest to the Valley of the Trolls and then through Elsa's glittering ice palace before culminating in a breathtaking finale over Arendelle Bay. This attraction is comparable to the Norway version at Epcot, but the setup to the experience is far more detailed and involved. Moreover, the animatronics of this ride uses cutting-edge technology to bring them to life. Yet where this is really happening is outside the attraction, where a next-generation robotic character representing Olaf makes appearances throughout. These advancements in robotics enable Disney to bring iconic characters to life at an unmatched level of believability, engaging with guests and other characters around them, just as they did in the films that won the hearts of millions of viewers around the world. Inside Arendelle Castle, step into a unique opportunity to meet Anna and Elsa during a royal encounter. After passing through the portrait gallery, join the sisters for an exclusive photo moment. Throughout Arendelle Village, you can find retail opportunities such as a baby troll eager to make new friends in the form of a toy named Runa, which reacts to touch, blinks her eyes, lights up, and communicates with other trolls she encounters. Those looking for dining will check out Nordic Crown's Tavern. It offers the perfect spot to savor the warm, welcoming spirit of Arendelle. During the day, the magic of Arendelle extends to its shimmering bay, where a celebration in Arendelle brings the Sunflower Festival to life. Presented several times a day, the show unfolds aboard 3 majestic Viking longships, each crafted with extraordinary care. To get to the world of Frozen, you have to journey through Adventure Way, a vibrant promenade that features lush gardens for relaxation, a variety of live entertainment, and a number of brand new culinary experiences. At the Gazebo Garden, there's an English-style retreat adorned with bronze statues inspired by Disney animation classics such as Winnie the Pooh, Peter Pan, and 101 Dalmatians. Adding to the magic, the lively Disney marching band, led by Minnie Mouse and her 12 musicians, parade down Adventure Way with renditions of Disney, Pixar, and Marvel favorites. Coming upon the scenic banks of Adventure Bay, we get to a body of water not as big as World Showcase Lagoon, but perhaps a little bigger than Paradise Bay at Disney California Adventure. It is here that your best day awaits on the Rapunzel Tangled Spin. Adventure Way debuts a new family attraction, Rapunzel Tangled Spin, inspired by the beloved Disney animation film Tangled. Just beyond Rapunzel Tangled Spin, you'll stumble upon the elegant Regal View Restaurant and Lounge. This table service restaurant offers guests breakfast, lunch, and dinner in a refined atmosphere, decorated with embroidered drapes, floral tapestries, delicate wood moldings, and stunning murals of Disney princesses. Over on the lounge side, this elegant space is decorated in royal blue hues and features a striking wooden bar accented with gold. Both the restaurant and lounge features breathtaking views of Adventure Bay and World of Frozen, making it the perfect spot to watch the new nighttime show. That nighttime show utilizes Adventure Bay as a stage for a groundbreaking new nighttime spectacular, Disney Cascade of Lights. This roughly 16-minute, 360-degree show serves as the grand finale each evening. Inspired by stories from Disney's animation Mulan, Hercules, Moana, and Zootopia, Pixar's Up, and the Marvel Universe, the show displays a dazzling celebration of courage and imagination. Now, what lies far ahead for Disney Adventure World beyond its opening in 2026 could also be quite incredible. Across from the Rapunzel Tangled comes a swing ride based on the Pixar film Up. The attraction is sort of a flying carousel sailing over Adventure Way. Many guests may be excited for what is truly a new attraction, unlike any other built in a Disney park. The Lion King, which has had many shows and parades dedicated to it, even at Disneyland Paris, but now Disney is creating the first legitimate ride attraction based on this blockbuster film. Located off of Adventure Bay, this attraction is a flume ride similar to the layout of Splash Mountain or Tiana's Bayou Adventure, only it will be entirely themed to highlights of Simba and others from the film. There's reason to think that there's more to come in the future at Avengers Campus. Its sister campuses have big new attractions coming to them. Hong Kong Disneyland Expo Style Center is slated to have a Spider-Man meets Tower of Terror type experience, redefining their Tomorrowland. Could it take over the Tower of Terror in Paris? It could, given its geographic location to the rest of Marvel. But the tower is truly terrifying in its own ways, as is, and is a favorite to guests visiting this park. And Disney California Adventure is getting not one, but two attractions. The first is Stark Flight Lab, which builds off of the same technology found in the former Epcot Sum of All Thrills attraction. The second is a far more impressive experience and boasts the largest number of Marvel characters ever assembled. Either of these is a possibility for Disney Adventure World. Still, another possibility is in the former Lights Motors Action Arena, which was built before a similar one was created at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Both are now defunct, and in the case of the new Disney Adventure World, it serves as a stage for Alice and the Queen of Hearts Back to Wonderland. It's a very bizarre show indeed, but it could make way for an action stunt show with a Marvel theme. Finally, there is still more room around Adventure Bay, and there's a rumor that some version of an Avatar Pandora experience might just be coming that way. It should be noted that recently, World of Avatar in Disney's Animal Kingdom was named the most popular experience in all four Walt Disney World parks. There is one thing for certain. If these kinds of attractions or something similar are all played out at Disney Adventure World, the end total would make this park rival many of the parks around the world as worth traveling to. Accompanied by the magic next door that is the original Disneyland Paris Park, you really can't go wrong. And in the next few years, guests who have never been to Disneyland Paris at all, or who want to see the former Walt Disney Studios park in a new light as Disney Adventure World Park, will be making plans to head to Paris.